Hello again, it's Jeff Goldberg from jgsalespro.com and the Sales Pro Broadcast Network, here with some information to help you sell more effectively and make more money. Today may be a little bit different than usual. It may be a little longer than my normal broadcast, and I may look down occasionally because I wrote down some notes where I usually just riff off the top of my head. I wanted to make sure I covered certain things to get the point across to you. So the first thing is something that I heard both Monday in a sales meeting from a CEO of one of the companies I manage, as well as from a friend today. These are challenging times for many of us, and we have to hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. So today I'm going to give you both some personal advice as well as sales advice. Some of this advice is directly coming from me. Some of it is from people that I've listened to, especially my friend Todd Capone, the author of The Transparency Sale. He ran a webinar last week that was really terrific. By the way, he'll be running them, I think, every Friday for at least the next 2 months, and they're terrific. Look up Todd Capone. First thing I want to get across is this. If you've read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, you'll know one of the phrases from it is, don't panic. It's not time yet. Things are very challenging for a lot of us, but it's not time to panic, and it is time to keep selling. Opportunities are still out there. Prospects are still out there, and there are people who need your products and services. So don't stop selling now. Don't be paralyzed. This is a great time to check your messaging. While I do advise you to keep selling, this is not the best time to call up and say, hey, I've got a great widget and you should buy it. This is the time that you need to call up and find out how people are doing. Understand that they're going through stuff too, and that you may just need to change the way you say things. You might want to find out about them first. How is your business doing, and how are you being affected by the coronavirus crisis? And then maybe offer that you've got a solution that may be helpful to them right now, and if not right now, perhaps somewhere down the line. It's also important that you empathize and that you understand that the people you are speaking with are not just a paycheck. You should never think that way, but certainly not right now. We must understand that both our prospects and our clients are human beings that have their own personal problems, and right now they're worried about themselves. Many of them are worried about their jobs or their companies and their families. So we better be aware that it's not just us who are concerned. These are real people out there, and if we don't treat them like that, there's very little chance of them buying anything from you, whether it's now or later on. I also suggest that you make it very easy as you possibly can to do business with you. Now, I always think you should make it easy to do business with you, but especially right now, any obstacles that you put in the way are going to be an obstacle to them buying at all. In fact, I mentioned the webinar that was not being hosted, but given by my friend Todd Capone. I don't know who hosted it, but on the registration form, I had to fill in my name and email address in 2 different places on the same form. I'm not sure why. It didn't stop me from registering, and I'm glad I did, because Todd has some very important things to say, and I'm sure he will in his future webinars. But it did make me think, why do I have to do the same thing twice on the same form? So please make it easy for people to do business with you. This is a great time, in case you are a little slow, to stock up on leads. This is a great time to be doing research, looking around on the internet, or however else you develop your leads, because whatever challenges you might be experiencing right now, including some downturn in business, it will not last forever. Yes, we're in very challenging times. My business has certainly been affected already, but it won't last forever. So do the research that you may not usually have time for, and stock up on leads, and call them either now or be prepared for when things do turn around. While I truly believe in the hierarchy of sales, nothing at all replaces a face-to-face meeting. This is an excellent time to be using video. I say in the hierarchy of things, it always goes face-to-face, video, phone, and then everything else. Of course, we have to reach out to and be in contact with our prospects and client in the way that works best for them. But right now, a lot of people are extremely concerned, as they well should be in my opinion, about face-to-face meetings. We've all been told to keep at least 6 feet distance if we possibly can. So now is a great time to be using video conferencing. Zoom, one of the most popular video conferencing technologies in the world, is free for single-use users. So there's no excuse for you not signing up for a free account and offering that to your prospects. I know you may not want to get together in person right now, but why don't we set up a Zoom meeting? It's easy and works beautifully. I suggest that you certainly should stay informed. Listen to the news, watch the TV, read a newspaper, or however you get your news, but please do not obsess. If you listen to too much, all you'll think about is gloom and doom. Are there problems in the world, including right here in America, in our country? Yup. But doesn't have to be all-encompassing, and the more you let that sink into your brain by hearing all the pundits, the worse you're going to feel. This is a time that you need to do everything you possibly can to stay positive in the face of adversity. I also suggest, and this may sound silly coming from a sales coach, but stop hoarding. You don't need 6 months worth of toilet paper. From everything I've heard, even if things get drastic, the grocery stores, the gas stations, or the pharmacies will still be open and we'll all still be allowed to go out of our houses to get there. You don't have to get 6 months worth of toilet paper. I almost guarantee it. I can't promise, but I just don't think it's necessary. Understand that there are other people who need things too, like meat and fish and chicken and all the other essentials and eggs and toilet paper too. So let's not be greedy. Now, before I tell you this next stuff, I'll say I'm not a doctor. I'm not a specialist in any of these areas. So take my advice for what it's worth. But I think especially now, it's important to take care of yourself. If you haven't tried yoga, this might be a great time to start a yoga practice. If you've never meditated, great time to start that too. Exercise. Keeping your body healthy is a great way to either ward off the infection, or if you do get infected with the coronavirus, to hopefully heal more quickly. So exercise. Eat healthy. My friend Debbie Silber, who used to be known as the Mojo Coach, taught me that the things we eat and the things that we put into our body cause inflammation, and that inflammation in our body causes us to be more likely to be sick. Great time to eat properly. Also, hydrate. By the way, in terms of inflammation, sugar is one of the worst things you can possibly put into your body. So even if you don't normally watch what you're eating, watch what you're eating. Drink lots of water. Make sure you're hydrated. And the last thing I'll leave you with today is to be sure to help others and pay it forward. I want to share something that happened to me just this week, which I found stunning. I was supposed to do a training for an organization this coming Monday, and I reached out to the CEO of the organization asking if we were still on because I simply wasn't sure. He told me he was arguing back and forth with himself because he thought it would be a great way to distract his salespeople, and that he knew that even though things were bad right now, that they will turn around eventually and that they would need the information, but half of his team said they would not show up if he moved forward. So he said, Jeff, unfortunately, I'm going to have to postpone for now, but here's where the beautiful thing comes in. This gentleman said to me, Jeff, I'm sure your business has been affected by this, and I've got your check sitting on my desk. I was ready to hand it to you the day you came in. If you'd like, I'd be happy to mail it to you right now. I'm getting a little choked up right now just telling you this, but that's the kind of thing that we all need. If we all stick together and we all pay it forward and we take care of each other, we'll not only survive, but we can thrive. So I'm going to make this offer to all of you. If I can be of service in any way, at all, please call me. My number is 516-608-4136, and my email is jeff@jgsalespro.com. I'm not talking about charging you for a coaching session. If you need some help, if you just need somebody who understands the life of a salesperson and how hard it is, and you just want to talk for a few minutes, reach out to me. I'm happy to help. As always, sales is a game of making things happen, so go out and make it happen. And again, if I can help you, it's my pleasure. Be safe, be smart, good selling.